session. We are going to be overcoming fears. Overcoming fears. Overcoming fears. So if you're new to the community, we start out with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It is just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and to bring us together as a community. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay. May I touch you? Okay. Dear Mother, Father, God, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please tough because you have to work towards something that you can't see, you feel, and you don't necessarily know what in the world is going on. And the stories that we tell ourselves to make up for that gap is really what kind of takes over our lives. You know, there are times where nothing has changed except for you. You might think that you have everything you need just because you feel that way. You might think that you're missing everything in the world just your voice is equally as important. So this is a space to share, and so happy to have the space. Well, family, I hope you enjoyed this session. Cannot wait until tomorrow, but if no one has said it, hope, community, a place to heal, relax, be yourself, and be surrounded by those who want to see you blossom and or bloom. I am Jessica, sup, I also go by Jet, and I'm a Reiki master teacher and intuitive, and today we have a special healing session we are working on. Hope heals. There is hope in the darkness. There is hope in the dark. So if you're new to the community, there's hope in the dark. It is all about figuring out how to make moves even when you don't necessarily know the answer or see the light. But again, this is Second Chance October, so there's always hope just beyond that horizon. So if you're new to the community, welcome babies. This is your nightly self-care routine. If you are returning, welcome back. Love you so much, and so happy that you are taking this time to take care of yourself during this self-care space. This is a space for you. You can listen along to the healing, you can journal, you can paint, you can do whatever it is that you do towards your self-care activities. It's really to just hold and facilitate a space so that you show up for yourself on your healing journey. So let's go ahead and get started. So we start our session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer, it is just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay, may I touch you? Okay. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. One more. Bonus breath. Okay, breathe in and out. Take a moment. Dear universe and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest intentions and validate information from our highest self only. Please release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, ashe, ashe. So, I'm just going to start by clearing you out here and removing any of that past pain, past issues, past sadness, even the doubt, that feeling that, oh, nothing will ever change, or being stuck in a cycle. So just working through to remove that energy and to breathe into the space, this new clarity that you have for yourself. And we're going to work on building up your self-trust. That is something that we're working on this month in the Patreon community as well. So building your self-trust looks like always believing that you will figure it out, even when you don't have the answers, or even during times where it feels hopeless. Just know that even if you don't have the answer now, you will always find the answer, or it solve that. So even though their intentions were probably good, they probably taught you the same thing. Because there was a certain point in their life where they stopped trusting their instinct. They started to make themselves very small. And they started to think what someone tells them or what society says they should be is what they should be. Sometimes just wanting to fit into your family, to your friends, to your work, to groups, in love, all of these things can make us go against our instincts. But when you trust your instincts, you take a non-conventional path, a path where you might be the first one to travel, or others have traveled, but you just didn't know it. And it's not until you get to the other side of the path that you're like, wow, I'm not just the only one. I encourage you to take the path less traveled because it makes all the difference. Trust yourself. When you truly trust yourself, you will go down a weird and winding road, but on the other side, everyone on the outside looking in will be like, wow, you're really amazing for doing that. But in the moment, that same energy could be like, wow, you're really crazy for doing that. Isn't it interesting? But if you follow your instincts of what you were meant to do in this life, you will never be led astray. So many people are looking for leadership or someone to tell them what to do. That's why people get so caught up in like religions and cults, because they're too afraid to trust their instinct and they need something outside of them to tell them. Even in our space, we work on self-healing and we work on mysticism and things like that, specifically through the modality of alternative medicine, specifically Reiki. But I tell you all the time that I cannot tell you what to believe in. I can't tell you what spiritual practice to go down, religious practice, or even understanding of the universe. I can't. I can share my experience as well as I can facilitate a space so that you can connect with your own. have some delayed gratification. Sometimes in the moment, you have to do what your instinct, what your soul has incarnated into this experience to do, rather than what makes you just feel safe in the moment, or feel like, oh, I don't think I'm strong enough to be out here and figure it out. And that's okay. You build strength and you build character by getting out there and, as you go through life, getting your ass whooped. And what I mean by that is not somebody beating you up, but sometimes in life you go through things. When you want something, when you really want something, there will be obstacles, but at no point do you ever give up on yourself. Take breaks, pivot, express your emotions the way that you need to, but don't ever give up on yourself. Anything worth getting probably took a lot of endurance, okay? And I'm saying be mindful as well. I'm not telling you to push it until the wheels fall off. In fact, that's not it at all. That's being very impatient. It's when you can be disciplined, precise, consistent, and have patience that you bring into life this impact that it is that you want to bring. Now, when or if there have been times in your life of sadness, pain, stagnation, and hopelessness, understand that you made it and you figured it out, and you always figure it out. Even if in this moment you find yourself in that vibrational state, understand that you are going to make it and you are going to figure it out. That nothing that you experience or have experienced is enough to take you out. Nothing that you will go through is enough to stop your story. As long as you keep pushing, you will push through. And trust your instinct. So many times people get very small and push themselves down and feel sadness, not because they're working towards something. That's kind of rare when someone's working towards something and they just feel bad. It's when they're going against their instinct and they're working towards another person's vision that they don't feel connected to, or they're working towards something that other people are telling them, or their perception of what they think others want from them, that make them feel so, small in a tight ball. When instead you want to blossom and or bloom into your journey and into your experience. Don't be afraid to show up for yourself. Don't be afraid to figure it out. Don't be afraid to jump up each and every day and say, it doesn't matter what I did yesterday. Today I'm going to do this. And live each second and each moment with the fullness of the miracle of your life. And you also have to let go of any baggage from the past, especially when it comes to those connections that you have. I'm going to give a little bit of wisdom when it comes to forgiveness and forgiving people. If you had the type of upbringing where, your parents maybe didn't give you the best upbringing for whatever reason, or you had difficult relationships with your parents, which then is translated into difficult relationships with people in your life, understand that no longer is that an excuse for you to not go out and share what your soul wants to share with the world. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I had some reflection about generations and how things shift generationally. For example, my generation and younger has a greater access to higher education than in previous generations. So it's likely that more people will messages for the highest vibrational good, but also to validate any feelings that you have been having. If you ever feel small, but you know you're meant for something bigger, that you understand, yes, you are meant for something bigger. That if you ever feel helpless, that there is hope. Yes, there is hope. That if you ever feel stuck, you will figure out how to get out. Yes, you will do that. Just wanting to share that with you always. Well, family, I really enjoyed this session. Wanted to share what was on my heart in the space. And I want you to go out there and do the beautiful things you feel you are meant to do. Taking your time, but most importantly, trusting yourself. I enjoyed our time together. If you would like even more support, you can join our mystical self-care community on Patreon. If you want to smile, you can go on to our Discord server, to the gratitude community. And if you're looking to become a Reiki Master teacher, I do have certifications and you can register for that with the link in the description. I enjoy our time together. Cannot wait to see you tomorrow, babies. Sweetness and loves. And thank you for allowing me to facilitate this space. It brings so much purpose in my life to be able to connect with you all of these years, whether you are new or you've been returning. I really appreciate having this moment because it allows me to live out my full purpose too. So until next time, if no one has said it, let me say it. Wash your hands for at least 30 seconds with soap. Don't touch your face. Wear a mask in public. Get vaccinated and be sweet to yourself. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. You got this. Don't give up. Don't be afraid of a challenge. I'll see you. Relax. Be yourself and be surrounded by those who want to see you blossom and or bloom. I am Jessica Sup. I'm a Reiki Master teacher and intuitive, and today we have a special healing session. It is all going to be about drawing Reiki symbols, over your aura in order to protect you, especially during this Mercury in retrograde phase, the Mars in retrograde energy too. So if you're new to the community, welcome, babies. This is your nightly self-care routine, a place where you take care of yourself, you kick your shoes off, and you relax. So if you're new to the community, welcome, and you are now one of my babies, so you get one kiss on the forehead. And if you're returning, welcome back, babies. You get multiple kisses. Okay, so we start our session off with a prayer. It's not a religious prayer. It's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. Okay, wonderful. Okay, let's do this. May I touch you? Okay. Dear universe and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to start in with just feeling how you're doing. Balancing that down, 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 and bringing that back together, back together, back together. So bringing it back together. Good job. So take a deep breath in, filling all the way up. Exhale, release, let it go. Now feel it through your fingers and your toes. Feel it through your body, your front body, back body, side body, and ground. Open up within the ground and just draw that energy in and draw it down to the center. Exhale, release. You know who you are. You know what you want. You know what you need to do. So if there's any time that you feel like you don't have the clarity that you need, it isn't clear because you get to choose what the decision is. There is not a decision to be made. It's just simply you get to choose. That is the power. So just shift through there. And moving that. And bringing it down. So just do the left side of your energy. yourself of like, yes, this feels right. There is going to be no decision that you come up with that will feel like, oh, it's right. So you kind of have to use some of your rationale. You have to be realistic and say, this is the decision to make, and this is how I or we or whatever are going to go forward. And that's it. And you just let it be. And just sometimes things work out really well and sometimes they don't. And it's just going with the flow. But what you don't want to be is petrified. You don't have to rush things. That's why I said you have to really think it out, because since you don't have that feeling right now, you really have to be logical here. You really have to be grounded. It really has to make sense. And the universe sends interesting messages or interesting opportunities. Whatever you experience right now should stand the test of time, whatever that is, whether it is longevity or whether it is varying degrees of experience or feeling good or not feeling good. Does it still stand under that pressure? So putting all that there, well, babies, just want to let you know I love you and thanks for stopping by. So if no one has said it, let me go ahead and say it. I love you, but make sure you love yourself a little bit more each and every day. Also, the giveaway is still open till December 31st on the Patreon community. You would go over there and you would answer the question, why are you ready to be a healer? And I'm giving away one free spot, one slot in the fall 2023 Reiki Master Teacher cohort. And I'm really excited. Be yourself and be surrounded by those who want to see you blossom into or bloom, blossom into or bloom. I am Jessica. Sup? I'm a Reiki Master Teacher and intuitive, and today we have a special healing session we are going to be doing. Go to Reiki symbols. It's been a while, so you can use this as you like for healing, cleansing, manifesting, activating, attraction, sending away, whatever. So you get to choose what you need it for. I'm just holding and facilitating the space for that. So before we get started, I just want you to know that we do have the Rebirth weekly cleanse. We're checking in weekly on Patreon with the cleanses and herb pairings that we have going on, and it's been a 2-month cleanse. So it is available to you if you would like to join. It is on the Patreon community. It is only $3 a month. So feel free to stop by. We check in with each other every Sunday. We hold each other accountable, but I think less about the accountability and more about just the connectedness. And why are we doing this? We're doing this to prepare our body, our energy for coming into 2023. Why? Because we're going to start the new year in a Mercury retrograde. It's going to be a Mercury retrograde in Capricorn. It's going to have a lot of these foundational things that we need to work through, and the best way that we can prepare ourselves for a journey like that, and that journey that I think is necessary, is to make sure our body is aligned in the way that we need. So we have herb pairings, we have an esoteric cleanser as well on a soul level. So multiple things. So come and join us in the Patreon community, and it's only for a limited amount of time, because after that it'll be something else. So if you're new to the community, we start the community off with a, oh, hold on, my bad. Slipped my mind. If you're new, you're now one of my babies, so you get one kiss on the forenoggin. And if you're returning babies, welcome back, and you get multiple kisses. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I almost forgot. Anyway, rewind back over here. So we start our session off with a prayer. It's not a religious prayer. It's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. I'm just kidding. May I touch you? Okay, I'm just gonna place my hands over your face, okay? Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Close your eyes if you like. Dear universe and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to let go of the things we don't need and accept the things that will allow us to grow and achieve. healing that transcends styles and modalities. And this is just one way we tap into it, so keep breathing. Just breathe in and out here. Breathe in and out here. Breathe in and out here. I'm gonna go into the next part, okay? Activating and connecting you in a distance. So let's go. So just removing any belief that you can't have or do or achieve or accomplish or go in a direction that you would like to go and flow in. Removing this, sending this out, sending it somewhere else that don't got nothing to do with you right now, okay? And I want you to sit in whatever feelings that are coming up, even if they're uncomfortable or especially if they're positive and they feel good. Just sit in them. I want you to step into them. No judgment. I want you to take your judgment away and just step into them. What does it feel like in your body? Objectively look at it. What does it feel like in your body? How does it make your toes feel, your knees and your ankles, your back, forward body, sides and back body? Now, whatever this feeling is, I want you to ask, what is the message that you are being sent? Because we can receive messages through our feelings, our sensations as well. What is the message that the universe is throwing at you? And whatever that is, just reflect on it, okay? So I'm going to work on bridging that communication with you and the universe. You always have access to that. You don't need me. I'm just allowing you to feel comfortable being vulnerable with yourself. That's all it pretty much is. Okay. Good job. Good job. Okay. Just and let me see that cute little face. Cute little nose. I was gonna say nose socket. Put a plug in your nose. How are you feeling? And if you're new to the community, you know, a lot of what I body. And instead of vilifying our feelings and being upset that not every moment is this blissful, happy moment, instead, why don't we just try, in whatever capacity feels good to us, to tap into what are these feelings trying to tell me? What are they trying to say? What do they want me to know? What do these feelings want me to know? What healing can it bring? Let me not judge if it is a great feeling or a not great feeling. Let me just understand the message. And with that message, I will do with it as I need to. I accept that I am smart enough to do with it as I need to. So start to think like that, okay? Okay. And so I'm going to go in and do a Reiki symbol for soul. So I'm going to do a Reiki symbol for soul completion here, okay? Thank you, 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 okay. And just balance here. Don't be afraid. Trust yourself. There's so many things out there that'll make us feel like we can't trust ourselves, but we can. So don't be afraid to trust yourself. Don't be afraid to become more and more vulnerable with yourself. Don't be afraid to become more and more connected with yourself. Become more and more peaceful with yourself. Become more and more in love with the life that you're living, okay? And so I'm just going to kind of smooth those in and put them in. And when I say in, I mean surrounding you. Again, Reiki symbols are a representation of a certain energy. There's many paths in order to get to this energy, and you get to choose what path or paths that you want to take. But it is not a permanent fixture. It is something that requires us to put effort in each and every day. That's why it's not one of these things where you get one, Reiki symbol and you never come back again. No, it's not like that. That opens something in you. It opens something in you to be able to become more aware of your healing. But if you ignore it, it dissipates. So it's important to check in with yourself and your body and continue to give yourself what you need. Just shift down here. And then for completion, okay. Hey babies, how do you feel? What's the energy feeling like? Check it in with you. I'm gonna give you some kisses. How is it? What came up for you? What messages were coming across today? Not everything that we feel is quite literal. Like, for example, when you don't feel like getting up and doing something and you just want to lay, it feels really good, but that feeling can be very deceitful. The same is in reverse. When you have a situation where you have to go do something, you don't feel like doing it, it feels like, ugh. But that feeling can be deceitful too, because in those two examples, you may think that having to do the thing is bad and getting to sit there is great. But sitting there is a representation of stagnation versus moving and kind of warming up a cold engine, because that's pretty much it is. It's a representation of movement. Our physical base, a little bit like a guilty pleasure. Doesn't mean it's the best thing to be doing in the moment. Doesn't mean it's the best thing to be doing at the moment. In reverse, it's like, oh, it feels like hard work. Doesn't mean it's that horrible. Instead of judging your feelings, sit in them and just try to get the message that's coming across. And all of this is just a practice to become closer and closer with yourself, and that's it. And that's all. Well, babies, I hope you enjoyed this session today, and I really had a fantabulous time. A couple more kisses. And you be sweet to yourselves, okay? Well, I'll see you next time, and I will see you on Sundays for the Rebirth Healing Cleanse Circle. So I'm going to give you one more kiss. Ow. And if no one has said it, let me go and say, hope, community, a place to heal. Relax. Be yourself and be surrounded by those who want to see you blossom into or bloom. Blossom into or bloom. I am Jessica Sup, a Reiki master teacher and intuitive, and today we have a special healing session. We are doing Reiki symbols for activation. And just so you know, if you've been wondering, if you've been stuck, if you've been thinking, will it happen? Is it going to happen? Yes, it will. It will happen. It will work out. So just relax. Just trust in your dreams. Your dreams, they will happen. Your goals, they will happen. And we're going to go in with these Reiki symbols to activate that, to make sure it is on the course that it needs to be on. So if you're new to the community, welcome, 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 babies. This is your nightly self-care routine, a place where you just come chill, chillax, be yourself, and be surrounded by those who would like to see you blossom and or bloom. And so all my new babies, welcome, welcome, and for all my returning babies, welcome back. Mama loves you, so happy to be in this space with you. So as you know, we'd start our session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It is just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and to bring us together as a community. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay. May I touch you? Okay. Dear universe and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information from our highest intention only. Please allow us to let go of what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Okay. So we're gonna just go through with the activating. So we're gonna just start here. So just relax, just breathe in and out. That's all you gotta do here. Okay. Chukuri, 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 anjasi shonuk, anjasi shonuk, anjasi shonuk, saeki, 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 daikyamyo, 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 riku, riku, riku. Okay, good job. And move that energy through. That energy through. Okay. So right now what I'm doing is just putting your dream back on track. We follow a path to get to where we want to go, and we gotta stay within the lines of the path. The path itself looks like this all over the place, but when you're walking in the direction, it's almost like, imagine this is a road and this is the inside of the road right here. I'm trying to get you to stay inside the path so that you can go in the direction that you need to flow. Now, every place that you go is purposeful, is meaningful, has a point. So don't ever feel like you're doing it wrong. You're not doing it wrong. This is exactly how it's supposed to be done. So bringing you back here, and I'm going to continue to do Reiki symbols, okay? Chukure, 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 Because what happens when you are trying to achieve your goals or your dreams, or you're trying to make movement but you feel stuck? What happens is there's almost like this energetic shift within the self that feels like, well, you lose hope or you lose belief in yourself. And though there's no reason why you can't do whatever it is that you are setting out to do, if you lose that belief, if you become less confident, if you lose that drive, everything just falls apart, like the wheels essentially fall off the bus. So getting you revved back up for that, to know that you can do it, okay? So going back in. so this number 5 is coming up. We know that 5 in numerology has a lot to do with traveling, meeting new people, learning new things. It kind of gives like the curiosity of Gemini and the traveling energy of Sagittarius all at the same time. So there's something about whatever this dream is that will happen. It requires you to make more connections, or it's really your energy is just kind of taking the moment to acknowledge every person that helped you along the way, and that's going to be important along your path, to be able to recognize every person that has helped you and every person that will continue to help, and know that you are that for other people too, just as they are that for you. And so your energy is just appreciating that. It's just connecting in very deeply and just appreciating that as reality. Breathing in and out. Okay. Inhale and exhale. I'm trying to stick to the Reiki symbols, but I'm getting lost in between the worlds, like in between the physical right now and the energetic of what's happening on your path. So I have all this commentary, but I'm trying to remember to stick to the Reiki symbols to continue to activate. But I'm a key to tea, baby. I'm a key to tea. You know, I'm just like opening the curtain and I'm just doing a little bit of something like this. Okay. But I'm getting tired of running back and forth. Okay. Chukuri, 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 anchase shonung, anchase shonung, anchase shonung, saiki, 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 taikyamya, taikyamya, kyamya, taikyamya, riku, 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 riku. Okay, good job. Okay, I'm just gonna work through that. Okay, it will happen. You will make it happen. It will happen. You're going to make it happen, and you feel a shift within yourself. You're changing, and just understand that change happens often, both in just little things and big personality changes too. Oftentimes, if you want to rechart your course, you have to change your personality. You're still the same person. You like what you like, but sometimes it means having to mature in a new way, in ways that you weren't able to do years before. So just making sure you are still on this path. The path is right in front of you. You feel protected. You feel loved. And of course, the universe wants that for you, so there's nothing with that, but you have to want it for yourself. Understand that it doesn't matter whatever you have ever gone through. The universe wants you to feel loved and supported and to be here for your purpose. But sometimes when you go through experiences, especially tough ones, when you're trying to reconcile why did this happen, sometimes people might think that they don't deserve a good experience, that's why it happened. Or even though they think, oh, I do deserve a good experience, they just feel like, oh, for some reason they don't feel like they deserve it. That is completely normal and completely okay. It happens. It's just the physical body trying to understand the bigger picture. The soul has learned from that. The soul learned whatever it needed to learn. But the physical body is not as expansive as the soul. The physical body is like, wait a minute, yes or no. The soul lives on this whole like continuum of colors. And so being able to just work with the body to release any of that old baggage is very important for moving on. You can 100% release that. You can move that away from the body. You can send it on to its next evolutionary path. You don't have to keep it with you. But just because you feel something doesn't mean it has to be a permanent fixture in your life. You can let it go. I'm going to go back into the Reiki symbols. sessions, it helps to open you up, it helps you to realize certain things, but you have to take the actual effort of making the change in your life if you want to be able to make sure your dreams actually happen. Okay, so sometimes it's all up here, but sometimes it's in the physical reality too, bringing that energetic into the physical reality. Well, I hope you enjoyed this, and if nobody has said it, sweetness, let me go ahead and say it. I love you, but who cares that I love you, babies? The only thing that matters is that you love you, so just learn to love yourself and be surrounded by those who want to see you blossom and or bloom. I am Jessica Sup. I am a Reiki master teacher and intuitive, and today we have a special healing session. It is drawing Reiki symbols. So if you're new to the community, sit back, relax, and enjoy. So what we do is you can participate in the healing, you can fall asleep, or you can just set it to the side as you carve out this time of self-care. The most important thing is that you have self-care in your life, okay? Well, if you're new to the community, we start the session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer, it is just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and to bring us together as a collective in a community. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. Okay, babies, you ready? Okay, let's do this. Dear universe, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information from our highest intentions only. Please allow us to let go of that which we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I Am. Ashe. Ashe, Ashe. Okay. So when you get started, take a deep breath. Exhale. Okay, breathe in and out, allowing your energy to shift in whatever direction it needs to shift in, to flow where it needs to flow. If you don't mind, I'm going to just remove Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Just move this energy you're up to. Also, continue to carve out your self-care journey, your self-care practice. It's so much bigger than this moment. I hope, and it is my intention, to set a space out for you to take care of yourself on a nightly basis. But I also understand that, self-care encompasses an entire lifestyle. So just to continue to take care of yourself in the everyday decisions you make too, in your day, in your weeks and your weekends and stuff like that. So sweetness, if no one has said it to you, I'm going to go ahead and say it to you. I love you, but who cares that I love you? The only thing, heal, relax, be yourself, and be surrounded by those who want to see you blossom and or bloom. I am Jessica Sup, a Reiki master teacher and intuitive. I also go by Jed. Hey. And welcome, 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 babies. Sweetness to your nightly self-care routine. A place where you just work on you, so you do whatever you need, sweetheart, during this time to take care of yourself, to be in the session, to fall asleep, to do something else, to just listen to it. And feel free to come back each and every time. It is a place to blossom and or bloom, to be surrounded by those who want to see you blossom and or bloom. So today, we have a special healing session. And today's healing session is pulling, plucking away fear. So going to be removing the fear. And if you're new to the channel, we start the session off with a prayer. What is a prayer? If you're new to the channel, we start the session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It is just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and a collective. And because consent matters, do I have your permission, sweetheart, to say a prayer? Okay, baby. May I touch you? Okay. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Dear universe, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest intentions and validate information from our highest self only. Please release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, ashe, ashe. So, welcome, babies. Sweetness, just relax, okay? I'm just going to take a little bit of fear each time away. And so, just going to just work in the aura a little bit. Just relax right here, baby. Relax, relax, relax. And so this is a place where you just let go, release, let it out. No need to hold on, just let it out. listened, or, on the opposite side of somebody you're with and you're just constantly thinking, is this person cheating on me? Or they might give you that experience of, why are you cheating on me? Things like that. All of those are fear-based. Now, because this is Reiki Healing Hope, baby, we're going to take it down, or take it to a deeper level and look at the soul, the experience of the body as a whole, and what it is that we're here to learn in this experience. So what does fear teach us? Fear teaches us a lot about our karmic past. It also teaches us a lot about our upbringing. A lot of the things we fear formed early on in life. And so trying to rebalance that, let me take that out, trying to repurpose that into something that's better can be very difficult, because we're just used to it, so much so that we start to believe that this is normal. That's why when I hear people say, oh, it's just me, or, oh, I deserve to be hurt, or deserve, discomfort or something, deserve punishment or something like that, and they feel that way, it's because they came to an understanding through life experiences that explained their discomfort in the moment as that, and fear then perpetually just kept it moving. But you do not have to or need to have that. In fact, if you just take a little bit of time and look at your life, and just take a moment to remember something maybe 5 or 10 years ago that you were just really just, oh my gosh, just worried about, anxious about, and then pay attention to how it resolved itself, you then start to think, oh, it actually wasn't that big a deal. But then, the mind is, it's real resilient, or it's real, it's a trickster. So then you'll think of this thing that you fear now, and you're like, well, this is a real fear, that wasn't a real fear. Baby, you're gonna look back in 5 or 10 years and feel the same way. So let's look at how you have processed things over time and how we can better align that, okay? So just removing this, removing that, and taking this out of your energy. Just letting it go. I like to explain what's happening because I think it helps for those who find it hard to let go of fear. It helps to explain that, it's okay. It's going to be okay. There's not something wrong with you. You're not abnormal. It's not that others are adjusting much better than you are. It's not that at all. Everybody is experiencing it in a similar way, but it just looks and probably feels different, so it's hard to know. I also feel like a lot of times fear can be amplified when we are isolated. So maybe you don't think that what you're worried about is that bad, but when you're surrounded by your fears all the time, it starts to feel like, well, am I the only one? No, baby, you're not the only one. When I read these comments and I read that people are expressing, going through things, and then others come in and say, oh, I see you, I hear you, I feel you, I understand. You're gonna make it, or I hope that everything works out. It lets you know, okay, that you are not the only one, sweetness, going through this, and you're not the only one. It's going to be okay. So I'm just going to continue to remove the fear. We're gonna just take it off of you. Remove it from your energy. accept that this journey you're on is the best journey for you. And when you're ready, you'll be able to face more and more and bigger fears. Even if you're going really slow, okay? Just take your time. I know sometimes there might be pressure to feel like you should already be there. It's okay, babies. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to already be there. Where you're at now is just fine. And just work through it. Just keep, sweetheart, just keep working through it. It's okay. So I'm just moving through this. 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 So I'm just going to work through your energy here. I hope you don't mind. And just take a couple of moments to just realign you and to place you on your karmic path in a way that's great for you. It is purposeful. It's purposeful. But it is up to you and your responsibility to discover the purpose that has come out of the experience. And you discover a little bit more each and every day. But it is purposeful, so I'm just going to continue to take any of that extra fear out, okay? Breathing in and out here. In and out. In and out. In and out. And it gets easier and easier, baby. It gets easier and easier, sweetness. You got it. You're doing a fantabulous job, by the way. So just be nice to yourself. And I'm just going to take big pieces of fear and remove them. And just you exhale and you let go. And just let yourself know, hey, I don't need them anymore. And you just let it go. Send it on to its next evolutionary path. And you go on yours. Just gotta be like, sometimes be like, it's been real. And then just roll out. So let me just take any of these little straggly pieces of fear. Things we don't even realize we're nervous about, okay? And then just let me start to send them on You may not be fearless, but you fear less. And you're more in control of your life and in control of your destiny and what you want to do. Well, babies, I enjoyed all of our time together. And I've been enjoying this new year. Thank you for all of these years of allowing me to come and facilitate the healing experience. For all my new babies, welcome to many years more. For all my returning babies, thank you, thank you, thank you. It makes me happy to know the impact that creating these spaces have in your life. And I really appreciate you sharing that, when you share it in the comments, when you all are communicating with each other, when you're sharing the videos to those that you think it will help. I really appreciate that because it helps me live out my purpose each and every day. Well, sweetness, if no one has said it, baby, let me go ahead and say it. I love you, but who cares that I love you? That really is irrelevant. The only thing that matters is that you love you. So love yourself a little bit more each and every day. Bye. No, I'm just kidding. Love yourself a little bit more each and every day. And take care of yourself. Show up for yourself. And just keep working on yourself. I'll see you tomorrow night, okay? Or day, or whenever you watch this. Bye, sweetness. My little babies. I'm just gonna move my hands as it outros. I'm just gonna move my hands. Relax. Be yourself and be surrounded by those who want to see you blossom into a bloom. I am Jessica. So, I'm a Reiki master teacher and intuitive, and today we have a special healing session. It is removing stress, removing stress, removing stress. And overcoming fear. And if you're new to the community, welcome, babies. This is your nightly self-care routine, daily self-care, or whenever you come here and hang out. So if you're new to the community, you get one kiss on the forenoggin. And if you're a returning baby, you get multiple kisses. Okay, Mama loves you. So, let's get started. We start our session off with a prayer. It's not a religious prayer, it's just a prayer to root us in an individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. May I hold your hand? Okay, let's begin. Dear universe and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please you have sweet dreams about it, make it happen. Just make it happen. Just make it happen. Just make it happen. Just make it happen. Release. 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 And relax. 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 Relax and just take each little piece, send it on somewhere else. Let it move somewhere else. Let it be somewhere else. Just tracing over your energy. Just resting into this. Finding balance into this. And moving through it. And moving through it. And balancing through it. Just working through that space and just let go. Think of something you want to let go. Just let it go. Think of something you want to leave behind and just let go. Think of something that is best for you and just let go. Connect yourself with the deepest sense and just let go. 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 There is nothing to fear. As the process of life happens, it has its ups and downs, but it's nothing to fear. Just be okay. 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 It will be okay. You'll have all that you need in the process, and it will be okay. Don't you worry. Don't you fear. It will be okay. 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 And just move through here. Just move through here and just relax. You're doing a good job, sweetness. Just relax. Just relax and just calm, removing any thoughts that make it tough. Let's let them go. We're gonna send them on somewhere else to do something else besides bother us. Goodbye, 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 and just send it on. this peace, that peace, this peace, that peace, this peace, that peace, this peace, that peace, this one and that one, and send it on, and send it on, and send it on, and send it on, and work, through this, work through this, work through this, work through this. Well, babies, how do you feel? Mama's checking in on you. And get you a couple more kisses. Okay, so just balance down here, just sealing you and sending you with a it's gonna be okay. Just want to give an update about the 52-week challenge that we are mastering 1 to 2 things this year. So we have our second meeting coming up, so be there or be square. I'm going to be introducing some other stuff, and we have some resources that are going to be posted, and the resources are different. Sometimes it might just be videos that help with mindset. Other times it would be like what we have, which is a water ritual to show how to shift the energy. And so it just depends. So I took a poll of what everybody within the Patreon community wanted to work on. And so during the year, I'm going to be giving out and posting different things related to each one of those things. Everybody was, all across. So there's something for everyone there. And if you'd like to join it, it's only $3 a month, and it's on the Patreon community. And you can use the link in the description. So if no one has said it, let me go and say it, babies. I love hope, community, a place to heal, relax, be yourself, and be surrounded by those who want to see you blossom and or bloom. I am Jessica. What's up, y'all? A Reiki master teacher and intuitive. And today we have a special healing session. Special healing session. We are going to be removing anxiety and depression. So sit back, relax. If you need to fall asleep, feel free to do so. But before, I really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, if you like, and if you comment. That is how we grow. If you want to share this with others, I really appreciate it. I'm just going to, just point blank, flat out ask, because sometimes people want to be too cool to ask, but that's just how to grow. That's how things get better. The videos get longer. I get to be able to give more and more the wider the audience is, and I really appreciate all of you leaving a comment, even if it's just an emoji. It doesn't have to make sense. So let's go ahead and get started. So we start out our session with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It is just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience. Because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay. May I touch your face? Okay. there's a snow. I don't know what snow means, but like, whatever, you know, whatever that is. And then just slowly trust what you're saying to yourself. That is the most healing thing you can ever do, is trust what you're saying to yourself. So here it is, you're trusting yourself, and you're looking at all of this past experience, and you're making peace with it. You're saying, it didn't turn out the way that I wanted to, and it's over. I make peace with it and I walk away. And just say that over and over again. It didn't turn out the way that I wanted to. I make peace with it and I walk away. Learning how to walk away, you know, there's another level to it too, where it's like, they say people who stand in a line, the longer you stand in a line, the more reluctant you are to get out of the line. Why? You could stand in a line for 5 hours, and you will certainly think, I will be so fucking pissed off if I get out this line and in 5 minutes they let us in. Even though someone who works in the store could be walking past you and say they're not going to let people in for another 5 hours, you don't care. You are not affected to get out that line. But if you've been standing in the line for 15 minutes, and typically you don't stand in line, and someone comes up to you and says they're not letting someone in for 5 more hours, you know what you're going to do? You go get your ass out that line. And what's basically happening there is that you've been in such an energetic pattern for so long that you're reluctant to release it, because the intention behind the energetic pattern isn't a bad one. You want resolution, but you're not going to get it this way. And so instead of just jumping out and getting on the path that you specifically need, you're kind of staying to hope that it like works itself out. This is often seen a lot in relationships. Like, you might have a tough relationship with like a parental figure or somebody important in your life, and then you will attract someone usually romantically, or very close friendships that share those same qualities, because you're trying to work it out with them. If it works here, you know, it'll work there. But that's not how it works at all. In fact, what it is it shows that the more that you stay in line with something, the more you vibrate in a certain way, the more that you attract a certain type of person into your life. And so that's not necessarily something that you need if that's not what you want. But it can be very tough to force yourself to do the opposite of what is your normal, even if it is causing trauma, even if it is causing pain, or feeling a sensation of stuckness or anxiety or depression. And that's just kind of how things happen at times. But it's okay and it's normal, and feel free to take a day off, okay? People are always commenting to me like, hey Jessica, if you need to take a day off, take a day off. I know that. Believe me, I try to live my life like a sabbatical, so that when I come to this space, it's fun, and it's not like another thing to do. It's just like, okay, I get to come and share this space. You better fucking believe it that I live my life and take my time. For me, living life, like some people like to go and travel a lot and do things like that. I think traveling and learning, for me, it's more about learning about other cultures than it is actually going to a place. But I think that is lovely and fantastic. What I love are staycations, and I'm talking about staycations, not when you're like staying at home and it's filled with things to do. I mean, you are laying your ass on the couch or the bed, you're watching your programs, or you're doing nothing, or you just get to wake up and decide whatever the fuck you want to do. As you wake up in the morning, that is what I find is so fun and so exciting and so like tantalizing, and can be very helpful for those moments that you feel stuck. Why? Because you're stuck in a rut, and you have to break yourself free from that energy, and you have to do something that maybe is not typically in your everyday normal routine. And so that's kind of like a fun way to break yourself out of the anxiety, break yourself out of the depression, and bring yourself forth. Okay. So just going to check into your energetic field here. And just giving you a moment to just enjoy the energy and the healing. And if you don't hear anything I say, hear this. You are enough. You are enough. Please wear a mask when you're in public, but more than anything, be sweet to yourself. I love you. Welcome to the Reiki Healing Hope Community, a place to heal, relax, be yourself, and be surrounded by those who want to see you blossom and or bloom, blossom and or bloom. I am Jessica Sup. I'm a Reiki master, teacher, and intuitive, and we have a special session today, and we are now officially in the new year. We have a special session today. It is all about trusting the process. So we're going to be pulling and poking and plucking away, but mostly pulling out any fears associated with that. So if you're new to the community, welcome, babies. This is your nightly self-care routine, a place where you come and you take care of yourself. And I am Jessica, also go by Jet, and you can hang out with me for a little while. So if you're new to the community, you are now one of my babies, so you get one kiss on the forehead, okay? And for all of my returning babies, multiple kisses. Mama loves you. So we start our session off with a prayer. It's not a religious prayer. It's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay, excellent. Let's begin. May I touch you? Okay, let's begin. Dear universe, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Okay, so let's just go here. Let's go here. And just begin to pull out and move and shift. So, sweetness, this is a time to work on that self-trust, to have big, bad, bold ideas, things that will move and impact or bring you balance and remind you of who you are, and being able to enjoy the moment of this life regardless of what it is. Let's work through it. Just breathe in and out here. Relax into this. Inhale, exhale, release, release. So, trust in yourself. Trust that you will always have the answer you are looking for. That you'll always be able to see what needs to be seen. And renew your self-love, your self-trust, your self-forgiveness. Because sometimes when people aren't ones who really project outside of themselves, they may internalize things to the point where they want to be in control, can't control the outside. So they put unrealistic expectations on themselves on the inside. Hopefully that made sense. And I think that this time period is just a surrendering describe it not like the Cancer fear, which is there's this big bad thing out here. The Capricorn fear is like something that can't be controlled, or something that is just creating distress. You're not afraid of it, but it's just creating some type of dissonance, and that can be annoying. But not impossible. Here's the thing. Take your time. Grow. Move. Shift. Go at your own speed, your own pace, your own rhythm. There's no wrong or right answers. It's just however you want to go about doing this. And the more that you do that, the more that you start to realize that you have more power and more access to your own agency than you've ever known before. You're not expected to fit in anymore. Now it's, how do you create whatever it is important to you, whatever it is that gives you structure and stability. It's now up to you to create that. And that's a very fascinating place to be, inside of society, but also to be on the outskirts doing your own thing. I think it's all very interesting and very fitting of what's happening with the planets right now. So let's just go there. And I want you to take 3 deep breaths, and as you're breathing in, fill up all the way from the base of the spine all the way to the tip of the head. Exhale, release. Send it on. 2 more, filling all the way up, filling it from your toes all the way to your nose. Exhale, release, let it go. And finally, one more time, filling it up in your whole body. Levitate a little bit. Then exhale and release. Let that go. Let that go. Let that go. Let the fear go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go somewhere else to deal with somebody else. But, I think more realistically, the fear will persist, but having the ability to be able to still think in a grounded way, regardless of if there's fear or not, I think that's the most important thing that we're working on here. Shifting your energy so that you desensitize the fear as opposed to amplify it or heighten it. So just working through that and moving through this. Okay. Okay. just exhale any remaining fear, any remaining nervousness, anything that needs to be removed from you. Allow it to go. Allow it to go somewhere else, no longer with you, and release. Let's take one more breath together. Exhale, let it go. Beautiful. Well, family, I hope you enjoyed our session today, and I hope this helped to soothe any fear that you may have, anything that is frustrating or irritating or whatever that is, just making you feel nice and calm during this time frame, this time period of the Mercury and Mars, retrograde stuff. Almost done. It's okay. We get to learn from it. All of these experiences is very much so a learning experience, so we get to enjoy that. So, babies, if no one has said it, let me go ahead and say it. I love you, but love the Reiki, healing, hope, community, a place to heal, relax, be yourself, and be surrounded by those who want to see you blossom and or bloom. Blossom and or bloom. I am Jessica, sup, or pause. A Reiki master teacher and intuitive. And today we have a very special healing session. We are going to be working on karmic debts and releasing the fear that comes from these karmic debts. So if you're new to the community, welcome, 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 babies. This is your nightly self-care routine. You do whatever the fuck you want during this time, but it's just a time to hold a space for you to nurture, love, care on yourselves. We are here every night, Monday through Friday, the weekend. That's your business. Do whatever you want to do at 7 p.m. EST, 8 or whenever you come, okay? And if you're returning, welcome, welcome, welcome back, babies. Love you, love you, love you. Okay, so some really special stuff. We're going to be going live Tuesday, September 14th at 8 p.m. EST here on the channel. Cannot wait to come together and just have a very chill session. And this also is a cool time where we chat it up, we go back and forth. Also, Patreon, we are going to be having a self-care energy healing circle. So if you would like to be a part of that, go ahead and join the Patreon community, and we are going to get that started. It's a smaller group, but it's live. Us in the group, back and forth. We always have the best conversations. Super cute, super cute. And last but certainly not least, Reiki level 1 first degree Reiki practitionership is opening up, y'all. I'm gonna post it. You can register there and we can get started. There's going to be 2 options. There's going to be a self-paced option and there's going to be a cohort option. So whichever one suits you and fits you the best, great. And I'm so excited on all of our new practitioners who are coming into the fold, and for everybody else who's like, hey, I'm not trying to be a practitioner. If you want to just manifest, if you want to bring more into your life, the best thing you can do is live at a mental state of gratitude. So if you're ever feeling down or you just want to live in that state of gratitude, head on over to the gratitude community, and the link is in the description box. A place to just feel good. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So I want you to breathe here. We always start with some good breath. Our pranayama breath. How about that? Just bringing air in and exhale. And most of us take way too shallow a breath. We never get enough air into our body. And it is that air that oxygenates the blood that allows us to be able to move, to think, to do whatever it is that we're doing. So taking this moment to breathe in that life force energy, to exhale and let it go. Let it go. Let it go. So we start our session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It is a prayer to root us in our individual healing highest vibrational good only. Please connect us to our highest intentions and validate information from our highest self only. Please release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Okay. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, 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 okay. Okay. Now just working with the energy here in a state of karma. So, as I tell you all the time, don't just jump into shit and not know what you're doing, because that's when you start getting these weird issues. Let me tell you, the spiritual community and the mystical, magical community, it's very interesting. That's why you should always know what you're doing. So we're going to talk a little bit about karma as we're working through this session. Okay. So when it comes to karma, we have, different concepts based off of different belief systems. So it is up to you what you believe in. That's your business. This is just one of many examples of what one could believe in to explain the unexplainable. The soul itself enters into a body, okay, and has this essentially soul contract. But even before then, the soul evaluates the different life experiences that one could have in this particular experience, who you are today, and makes a decision that, is this the best experience in order for my soul to grow? Now, the soul doesn't see the body as, oh, everything's going to be happy-go-lucky or everything's going to be traumatic. It just simply looks at it from the perspective of, if I'm in these circumstances and I find a way to get to the highest vibrational path here, will my soul elevate? Because the soul is not able to elevate outside of this carbon-based experience in such a transformative way. Because you got to think about it like this. When you know all the answers, okay, are you really learning? When you're on an energetic level, you see everything from the macro view. Oh yeah, just do this, just do that, all that is out there, right? Like, think about it. You're watching someone go through a maze, and you're like, oh, just go to the left, go to the right, because you can see it from the macro view. But you're not really learning anything looking at it, seeing from the macro view, because you can see everything. But if you were in the maze, learning problem solving, learning how to navigate through stress, learning how to navigate through uncertainty, you get so much more from it. So the soul incarnates into the physical body in order to have that experience, to get so much more out of it. And then the soul has the concept of soul contracts, meaning you're going to go through certain things. Now, the soul contract is more of like, karmically, you may incarnate with different souls, different physical, energetic experiences, and it's just a part of the soul contract. Now, at any moment, you can break the contract, but these things that are karmic, and they can be positive too, these things that are karmic, that you just feel, oh, I can't get away from this type of relationship, or I can't get away from this type of scenario, or I can't get away from this type of, always in this state. It is a natural flowing energy that incarnated with you, and you have to make the decision external, a person, situation. Sometimes it's internal beliefs, a sense of not being good enough, a sense of being like of self-sabotage, a sense of not feeling worthy enough. Whatever that is, it can live within you as well. So let's go in through here and work at releasing this karmic baggage. Now, you'll often manifest people in your life that are a reflection of your karmic baggage in order for you to exert boundaries and make better decisions. When you are unconscious about this kind of stuff, you just let them come into the cycle of what you're living. But when you become more conscious, you learn how to break away from it. I will tell you a very lived experience. When I had to let a certain energy go in my life, it was so hard. I knew it was the right thing to do, but I felt like, oh, and even after it still felt like, oh. And then once I was in the place that I needed to be, I looked back and like, what the fuck was I on? I was on one. It's beautiful over here. So just know that not everything has to feel like, oh, this is so grand. This is the direction to go to. Sometimes you just gotta trust your common sense and know this job is not working out. This group of friends is not working out. This romantic relationship is not working out. This life pattern is not working out. This family dynamic is not working out. You gotta make these decisions for yourself. So let's just smooth through this energy. And for all of my young babies, and when I mean my young babies, I mean like y'all just became adults. You're right in the thick of it. Right in the thick of like, dealing with karmic baggage as well as trying to start and live your life. And what I will say to that is separate yourself from the baggage that is not yours, and it's going to take some time to let go of that stuff, but it's not your responsibility. If somebody wants you to do this or that in your life and it's not what you want, fuck it, do what you need to do, okay? If someone's trying to make you live to a certain standard, but it is not authentically yourself, let that shit go. Now, I'm gonna keep it very real. People who struggle with this the most, who are young, by young I mean like, you just became an adult, they struggle with this the most are people who are financially dependent on other people, so on their family, on certain situations, so they feel like they have to play within the dynamics, even though rightfully so, your family should not try to force you to be anything you're not and still want to help and provide for you. But if you're in a situation where, you're being kind of held back, but you need them financially, you have to honestly make a decision. Either you're going to be miserable and have to play by their rules and hope that you can wait it out and they'll get better, or you got to go over there and you got to be able to take care of yourself, to be able to have freedom. Both can be challenging. Both, you can find reward in both of them, but I'm just telling you from actual lived experience, no one should ever tell you how to live your life. No one should ever try to force you to do anything that you don't want to do. But you have to be able to take care of yourself to ensure that no one can do that. I'm just trying to let y'all know, okay? I'm trying to get y'all hip to the game. So let's go back and we're gonna do some ancestor work very quickly. And I want you to, going into the third eye, just connect with your lineage, okay? Lineage can be genetic and it can be energetic too. As I said, souls incarnate in groups. And you have your bloodline of what you're born into, and you just have your energetic bloodline too, which has nothing to do with, the physical bloodline of who you're born into. So these are your protectors, your nurturers, your those here to guide you. So connecting with them and start to feel that energy around you, and it's a feeling of peace, calm, familiarity, receive insights, because your life is a culmination of their lives as well. They are here to guide you and to help you, because you are living out little pieces of their lives too when they were physical, or just little energetic paths that they have. That's why the ancestor or the lineage that is trying to help you, the energetic helper that is trying to help you in one area, has that experience, has seen that through, okay? So if there's one particular area in your life that feels very karmic, feels like it keeps on coming up, it typically happens in family, relationship, and then I would say work. If there's something that is coming up for you, just stick there. Connect with your ancestors, your lineage, energetic helpers, and simply say, in whatever way that you want to say it, please help me see clearly. Please let me accept what is best for me. And please allow me to let go that which is preventing me from growing. Okay? And just sit in that space and do not judge any insight that comes. It should be peaceful. It should be balanced. Just working here in this moment here. Okay. Now I'm going to check in with you. What is it saying? What is the energy saying? What's coming up? Sometimes people have a conversation with their highest self. Sometimes people have a conversation with their future self. That's always a fun one. But whatever that is, connect. Connect, because you are living, but you are also a part of the lineage yourself too. So there's multiple ways to connect to this higher message. But what message are you receiving? What insights? Feel free to use the comment section to jot that down. You can journal it on your own. Just remember this moment, okay? ask your ancestors, your lineage, your higher self, whatever it is that you're connected to. You can ask at any moment these bigger questions, okay? It's not just now, but it can be at any time. But you also have to go live life. You also have to be able to let things go physically. We're letting things go energetically. But there's a physicality associated to the energy. And if you let go of the energy, but not the physical, the energy will just come back. So that's people, situations, circumstances, or internal belief systems. You gotta let it go. And hold yourself accountable first. It's not the idea of something outside of you is so bad or so horrible. It's just you've outgrown something. And when you outgrow something, it just becomes like, first it becomes like, this is pointless. And then it becomes negative because you see where you could be growing into, okay? Let's move that energy to the right, to the left. And then I'm just going to place a little blessing on you. The highest vibrational good. Release and let go. And then in this moment, release that soul contract. Just let it go. Let it drip off your hands or just fall off your energy. Release it. Release it. Release it. Release it. Release it. Release it. And let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. Well, family, you did an excellent job today. I really enjoyed this session, and I hope that you enjoyed No Fear August. Had a fantabulous time. Again, let this karma go. Let these soul contracts go that are no longer serving you. There are some positive stuff out there that you want to keep, but the things that are no longer serving you, let them go. Transform yourself. Continue to grow. Every year you should be able to look back at yourself like, who was that? Okay, well, this is who I am today. And give yourself more and more space to grow, to become closer and closer to universe, source, God, or whatever it is you believe in or don't believe in. That's your business. But to be closer and closer to this unconditional loving energy that should reverberate and resonate within ourselves. So beautiful, beautiful babies. I love you, love you, love you so much. You know that. Again, we're going live September 14th, 8 p.m. EST here on the channel. We're also going to have a self-care energy healing circle, and you can participate in that on Patreon, as well as, you want to give some gratitude, go to the gratitude community. And Reiki level 1 first degree Reiki practitioner is opening up. I'm so excited